Bam, we're live. Hello. When I was a little girl, my father took me to the circus. I remember it as the first time I realized that all my thoughts were my own. I was wearing my favorite blue dress. I thought, no one knows that this is my favorite dress, but they can probably sense it. I feel different wearing it. When the clowns came out, I thought, in the same way I am wearing this dress, they are wearing their clown makeup. I wonder what they feel as clowns. Ladies and gentlemen, our perception of ourselves is our choice. Only you can control how you choose to perceive reality. That is fully your story to write. Jody, hi. Philip, hi. Christine Young, hi. These fucking people will go out and take ayahuasca. Oh, I'm working on myself. I'm going to take ayahuasca. I'm working. It helps me with my mental health. I'm working on dick butter. I'm working. I'm going to take ayahuasca and I'm going to find myself in this journey. Me. I have an idea for you before you take drugs and have a hallucinogenic trip. Why don't you fucking just give away everything you fucking own and start at the top of the Pacific Crest Trail or whatever that thing is and just walk it from Canada to Mexico. And don't bring any money. Just bring a sleeping bag. When's the last time you saw synchronicity in your life and you saw that the universe is conspiring to help you? And yet I'm going to take ayahuasca because I want to find myself. I want to tap into the ancient spirits of the Native American culture and find my path and my true self. Me. Yeah. Drugs are a shortcut, and shortcuts are cheap and short-lasting. The synchronicity is I thought of all this in the shower and I come out here and Trish teed this shit up like a champ. I was just thinking about it today. I was like, man, so many people want to just, it's only 5 days of your life. Just go lay down and die. You have nothing to lose. Just take the journey inward. And, you can't do it. You already have 4 kids. I fucked up someone, whatever excuses. Then just do other shit to constantly make yourself uncomfortable and heighten your awareness and start finding the synchronicity in your life. Find the every second of synchronicity, and the universe is conspiring to help you in your life. It's there, man. It's there. It's so there. Listen. Every time you look at your phone, you're missing the opportunity for getting the message from somewhere else. And I'm not against phones. I love my phone. Hold on, I got a call. But there has to be times that you're like, there doesn't have to be. But if you don't want to be a robot, then get synced up. Get synced up. Make some shit weird for yourself. Like, who was I talking to? Oh shit, this guy texted me yesterday. I got to fucking respond to him. I forgot. I don't know if he wants me saying this. He's a famous guy in our community. I'm just going to text him back hi so I don't forget to text him later. And he said he's doing a no buy January. And I think that's like where you try not to spend money for a month.
That's impossible. I mean, you got to pay rent, yeah.
I mean, when I was a little kid, I used to take my finger and push my penis inside myself and then watch it like spring back out. Some people would say that's impossible, but it's totally doable.
I heard that stunts its growth.
By the way, all men, for you women who are listening to this, all men did that. That's like one of the things you do as a little kid. Well, I don't know. With us boys with foreskins, like we could take our foreskin and just kind of just start playing with it and then just kind of push the whole penis down. And I guess it gives you more to hold on to and manipulate. But yeah, what a cool thing to find. I wonder if it's like that for girls. Do they just one day do they find their vagina and start playing with it? Like, what is this? What is all this skin down here? Why are there elephant ears down here? Do I hear from down here? Hello? Talk to me. Talk to me. It's an ear. Talk to me. Come down here and talk. Your kids can't go to school unless they take these drugs. Your kids can't go to school unless you take these drugs. You have to take them to this building, and there's a guy in there in a white coat, and he's going to inject your kids every 2 months with drugs. And then if you follow that protocol until they're 14, we'll keep letting them go to school.
It's a good trade.
How was I ever so stupid? How was I ever? It makes no sense when you just put words to it. You know what my son said to me the other day? This is like one of the crowning achievements of my fucking life when they said this. You're going to love this, Souza, because this is like how I think. He said, and I was so proud of him that he thinks like this. I had farted and it stunk so bad. Remember I called you last night and told you I had the worst gas ever? I've just completely gone off the reservation the last 2 days, guys. I mean, I can't tell you the shit I've been doing. It's not ayahuasca, but like cookies. And I ate a cookie last night. Fucking crazy one. No need to eat it. I'd eaten a whole bag of cherries already at this party.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. It was probably the cherries. And then I ate this cookie, this giant cookie. And anyway, so I came home and I stunk. And my kids were showering and I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and I'm just destroying the bathroom. And my son goes, the air that comes from your butt smells so bad. And I just love the way he said it. The air that comes from your butt. Like air comes from, I guess air does come from my butt.
He understands what's happening. It is air that's coming from your butt. That smells really bad.
So bad.
I mean, is there a more accurate description? I don't think so.
I had explained to my kids what a Dutch oven is. Dutch oven, for you those you don't know, it's when you're in bed with your wife or your girlfriend and you fart and you pull the sheets over her head. Oh my God. Or your boyfriend. I didn't mean to be.
I don't know why, but I literally thought you were gonna explain a kitchen appliance to me right now.
And so I told my kids what that was. And one of my kids is like, hey, can we do a Dutch oven? I'm like, no, it's not. Like, you don't ask for, like, I didn't teach it to you so we could do one. This guy at the party last night said something to me. I'm really curious what you think about this, Susan. This is what a simpleton I am, but this really kind of unfucked me a little bit. This guy goes, hey, have you ever thought about writing a book on how you raised your kids? I'm like, on what? And he goes, on how you raised your kids. And I stopped and he knew exactly what I was saying. He then said, or what I was thinking. He knew he had rocked me. He then said, yeah, not how to raise kids, but how you raised your kids. And soon as he said that, I could get my head wrapped. Like a lot of people have said, hey, why don't you write a book or write a pamphlet or a postcard or something? Put some things down on how to raise a kid. Uh-huh. And whenever I think about that, I don't find it appealing. Like I get it. Oh yeah, I know. But soon as he worded it as how you raised your kids, like that's pretty cool. Yeah, it fit. Like it was like whatever he said, like that clicked for me. If a girl does it to a guy, it's called a French oven. Oh, I wonder if that's true. Urban Dictionary, French oven, Dutch.
I just really want to know who Trish is.
Dutch oven.
I know
it'll ruin it for you. It's gonna ruin it for you.
Yeah, you're right.
But hey, do you want to put? Good morning, Sean, Mr. Sullivan, Kenneth. Hi, Sevan. About to start a mommy blog. Damn, that hurt. Well, that set me back another year. We
were so close. Actually, it could be a father blog, and that's way more needed now than ever, huh?
Yeah, sure.
You could take that angle.
French oven, urban dictionary. French oven. I was surprised that you didn't want to get. I seriously, you're like one of the early bird people. And yesterday when I told you 6:30, I was when you fart into your girl's vagina and then close it really quickly and pull a blanket over it.
What the fuck?
Why? How would you? A French oven is when you fart into your girl's vagina. Well, at least it's your girl's, and then close it real quick and pull a blanket over her head. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Right?
Yeah,
You can't
that makes
fart into a vagina, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that makes no sense. That was stupid. The Urban Dictionary can be childish.
Right. I am
Uh,
trash.
Thomas Paine. Yeah. I know. Maybe you're right. You're in the easy phase right now with your kids. I had this crazy discussion. I had a really I mean, for me, it's not like it's deep. This is not deep, but I had this great realization. People will say, don't force your kids to do stuff. Completely stupidity. Dumbest thing ever said. Absolutely force your kids to do stuff. So this started with, I was at the skate park and there was a kid there and he's 8 years old. And I hadn't seen an 8-year-old kid who was as good of a skater as my kid. Not, I mean, of course, all over Instagram, but not just like at the park, or very rarely. So we were talking and she's like, hey man, my kid's so motivated. My kid has to come to the skate park every single day. When we're at home, he's talking about tricks he wants to try and that he's going to practice when he gets to the skate park. And I'm like, oh, it's such a trip. And she goes, why? I'm like, because my kids aren't like that. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I take him skateboarding, tennis, jiu-jitsu, piano every day. And I never hear them like excited about like doing it. It's just like, it's what we do. I never hear them. It's just what we do. Just like our cycle.
Yeah.
And I mean, occasionally they'll be, I hear them say more often than not, they don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like, once a week, they're like, oh, it's too cold for the skate park, or I don't want to go, or just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I never engage in those things. Ever. I never engage. And so I just put them in the car and we go. But then I realized, oh shit, it's completely okay. Here's the rule about forcing your kids to do stuff. It's once you force your kid to do something, it's on you to make sure they succeed. And you can't, if you force your kid to go to school, it's very hard to make sure they succeed. And I'll tell you why. When I went to school in kindergarten, first, second, and third grade, I was the smartest kid in my school, smartest kid in my class. Like I just knew I could do everything better than everyone else. My hand was always up first. I always got called. I was like the most polite kid to the teacher. I was adding, subtracting, multiplying. I was doing all that way before all the other kids. The way I could add and subtract in the first grade was like there were the third graders couldn't do it. It just stuck. I knew how to listen. I had focus, all that shit. Then in the third grade, so by the time I got to the third or fourth grade, I started getting a little bit like lazy. Like I didn't know how to do school because I had just been coasting. And I'd started getting into a little bit of trouble. Not like bad trouble, but like I would be like
disruptive in class and
cracking jokes, brought eggs to school to throw at cars, just some shit like that. You know what I mean? Doing like at recess, like just doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, trying to break windows at the school. But the kids, teachers, and everyone still liked me. Do you know what I mean? Like I was still, and I was a very polite kid. By the time I got to the fifth grade, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because all I wanted to do was play with my friends, and I started falling behind in math. By the time I went to the sixth and seventh grade, I completely had no fucking clue what was going on. Mm-hmm. Zero. And it because it happened so slowly, it wasn't a nightmare, but it was crazy stressful. And every day I would go to school, it would be like, how am I going to get through today? It took me until I was 50 to figure out what I was doing. At the time, I didn't even know. But it was like, while other kids were like learning and passing the class, I was trying to figure out other ways to get past the class. Could I steal the teacher's books? Who would I sit by?
You were gaming the system.
Yeah, just figure. Yeah, yeah. And no one was like, "Hey, don't do it this way. Let's just go back 2 years and get you caught up."
Right.
By the time I was in fucking high school, it was like fucking all out war by any means necessary. Like kidnap a teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all you knew at that point.
Yeah, we didn't do that, but you know what I mean? Like kidnap a teacher, duct tape her, and tell her like, "Hey, if you don't give me an A, I'm gonna fucking shave all the hair off your dog."
Yeah, rather than studying, you're dedicating your time to breaking into the laptop and changing your score on.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
and not because I was a bad kid, because the rules were I had to pass.
Right.
and I had already been set up for failure, taking the traditional path.
Mm-hmm.
So with skateboarding, it's not like that. With jiu-jitsu and piano and tennis, it's not like that at all. With that, it's all on me. It's not on my kids at all. Can I stay 100% disciplined to never give them a fucking cell phone? Can I make sure that I never get lazy and not take them to tennis class, even if it's freezing cold, even if it's raining, even if it's blah, blah, blah? Will we to go? I have pneumonia and I'm afraid of COVID, so I can't take them to the skate park because they have the yellow tape around it. Oh, my kids are going to get sick. I'm so scared my kids are going to get sick. Well, Sevan, you don't understand. Some parents have to stay home. Well, some kid died in Idaho in 1352 with pneumonia. None of that comes in. None of that shit comes in. What year was third grade for you? I was born in 72, so 80, I guess 1980. So I just realized, oh shit, because when you put your kids in things and you're disciplined as the parent and you keep them to it and you make sure that they do it, then it's on me and they're eventually going to succeed. Like, you don't ever skateboard better than you really are. You're never put into a situation to skateboard better than you really are, because if you do, you know what happens?
You eat shit.
Yeah, you crash. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. And so it doesn't happen. Everyone's like, I mean, it happens, but you know what I mean? It's not like you then have a choice. That's where you stop and start working on something. You don't move on to fucking algebra if you can't do 8 + 7 perfectly. You're not doing a kickflip until you fucking ollie. You will never advance in jiu-jitsu until you've well, I mean, your teacher could lie to you.
Yeah, but the mats don't lie, so it doesn't matter. Your opponent will show you where you are.
You know, when you're a little kid, you think it's kind of crazy. You think things like, you hear like, oh, if you're a black belt, you have to fight everyone in the class and win. And so like your brain starts running ahead and you're like, God, they must have to set up these fights. No. That environment, if you go every day for fucking 16 years and you eventually get your black belt, you either have a shitty teacher or, yes, you can beat everyone up on the mat. And you know it and they know it. And that's what's happened over the 16 years and they're on the mat.
There is one way to try to screw it in jiu-jitsu, though. A lot of
What's
times
that?
The guys will pivot, and then you could see that this is exactly what people do in their minds when they come up against that challenge. Like, you catch a higher belt in a move, and then right as they catch you, rather than them trying to escape it, they'll be like, yeah, no, keep rotating to your right and then lock it in. Like, they're like, I let you get it, you know?
Yeah. Really? You see that shit?
Oh, yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
That's dirty.
No one wants to get tapped out by the white belt who's been a white belt for 3 years because he only shows up once a month.
All you parents out there who have kids who are in jiu-jitsu, but by the way, I just did this the other day. Fucking, I think I'm brilliant for it. Go show them Nikki Rodriguez videos as a blue belt. Because my kids sometimes will get caught up on belts, and I'll be like, oh, let's watch some blue belt videos and watch as he just destroys all the black belts. Mm-hmm. So you know the belts don't mean shit. I mean, they mean something, but...
Especially that no-gi stuff, because in a lot of places there is no belt. Like when you're on the mat floor, you know, like you go to that Plan B and wherever it is, Austin, Texas, they're not in gis and in belts.
Right.
So there's not a differentiator. It's just the mat. It's just the time on the mat.
Hey, so recently I was thinking I'm going to get into jiu-jitsu. And also recently my kids are now old enough. Avi's old enough and my other boys are old enough to where we wrestle a lot now. Like I wrestle with them every day, and there's no fucking way I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I get hurt every fucking day rolling with my kids. Like after wrestling with them for 30 fucking minutes, like I always stand up and I'm like, fuck, my back hurts or my hips hurt, or I'm not doing that.
Are you doing a proper warm-up?
I don't know. Dude, they weigh 50 pounds. I should just be able to just.
Doesn't matter. You're still moving your body in ways that you're not normally.
I guess you're right. No, my knees are great. My knees and my dick are fucking amazing. Special.
So I do have a question about what you were just saying earlier about the
Yeah.
school stuff. I know you're using that as like to relate the two things, but what was it like for you in high school as you finished up? Did you ever like kind of get it together in high school, or did you just gang
No,
it right until you
no,
walked out that door and
no,
graduated?
bro. It became horrible. In hindsight, I lived under so much stress.
Yeah, me too. That's
I lived under
crazy.
so much fucking stress. It was completely unnecessary.
And you graduated at the height of like, if you didn't go to college, you were just a dumb fuck and threw away your life.
Yes.
Like I was at the
Yes.
teetering
Yes.
point where people were like, "Well, there are other
Yes.
options." Like for
Yes.
you, there was like it was like, "Oh, so you're choosing to be a loser."
I
Cool.
cheated every day. Cheated. I put that in quotes. But it wasn't
Yeah.
cheating. Now in hindsight, I realized it wasn't cheating. It's like saying, it wasn't cheating. It was fucking survival. I was a survival. I mean, I guess I gained other skills from it.
Better skills,
Yeah, but
in my opinion.
it wasn't. Yeah, I had to do. I did every single day at school. I did something that was I could have been suspended for, expelled for, or yeah. And you know, complete bullshit. It's just such. It's such and you know what? Because my parents were workaholics, and they were both great parents, my mom and dad. But if you don't raise your kids, like you're just not going to see that shit. I've never tested my testosterone. I would never. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't believe in any of that stuff, really. I'm so healthy and so happy and so energized and so. I don't ever like. I don't care. I don't do any of that stuff. By the way, if you do want to get your blood work done, you want to get get those testosterone levels up. Go to cahormones.com for your free consultation with the doctor. And if you live in California, especially in Southern California, you can contact them and you can get free blood work. They have really cool labs. They're really cool people. And you can get your levels checked and start on that journey. And obviously, as you guys, most of you know, you can go over to Andrew Hiller's YouTube page, HillerFit, and he has a episode called Testosterone Tuesdays. What a brilliant idea. How'd you come up with that, Andrew? And and he takes you on the journey. It's really fucking cool. He'll talk to you about it. And he's easy to get in touch with and talk to you about it. So I don't know any of that stuff. I don't know like my blood levels. I don't know.
I tried, but I wussed out.
I've had athletes. I've had some weird like scaling, skin peeling on my foot since I've been like 5 years old. And that's like the only thing wrong with me. Other than that, I'm kind of a perfect human being. Well, not that it's not perfect. And like hair between like the back of my tricep now to my neck is starting to connect. Not bushy, but like it wants to be one
forming.
giant back piece. Like people think I'm a hairy guy. I'm not. Look at that thing, guys.
Damn.
Look at that fucking thing. You guys think I'm just a scrawny little bitch, but I ain't. But I have this tuft of hair that goes from like my tricep up my shoulder, and now it's connecting to my neck. It's coming. It'll get you, Sousa. Give it 15 years. So.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't want to know my T levels. It's that I literally like had an issue with the blood in the needles.
Tell him, Sousa. Tell him.
I was just filming Andrew getting his, and we were hanging out at the CA Hormones lab, and I don't know. All of a sudden, I got super woozy, and I kept trying to like push it down. I was like, just don't entertain those thoughts.
Hey, do you know? Oh, do you know it's happening when it's happening? Like, you know, when you walk on stage to talk in front of people, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting nervous, and you're like, why? You can't, even though you're not nervous, your body's getting nervous, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Chill. But you just can't. Is it like that?
That's exactly what it was. And then the more I tried to not think about it, the more I thought about it. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna film it and not look. And then by the time I turned away, it was too late. I was going down the spiral. And then all of a sudden, I just had a physical reaction to it. Like the color completely drained out of my face, and I was like feeling super woozy and laughing at myself a little bit because I wasn't expecting that to happen.
I love the idea of like, I love the idea of getting all juiced up and needles, and I'd snort a line and smoke and
That's not part of it.
all the stuff around. I don't even. I guess I shouldn't mix it with snorting lines, but all the stuff. There's so much stuff I want to do. I just don't. It's
not a good long-term thing for you, or
I mean,
obviously snorting drugs is what I was referring to there, but like.
I was also thinking the other day, I was thinking like, I feel like a couple days ago, I got on my high horse about like cheating on your wife and how dumb it is. But like, shut the fuck up, Sevan. Like nowhere in my life is there like just pussy throwing itself at me. I talk to 10 moms at the fucking skate park every day, and not one of them has ever given me a hint that they find me attractive or anytime I get on my high horse about that, you guys tell me shut up. Like, no, like, I don't live in a world of temptation. It's like saying I never eat candy, but I live on the moon. Like, yeah, of course you don't eat candy, you jackass. You live on the moon. Like, so I just thinking about that. It's not like Tiger Woods and there's just bitches lined up outside my house. Like, it's not like that. And I live in and it's. I don't think I do. Anyway, I should not be on my high horse with that. Thank you, Kenneth. That's cool. One of my friends in college said, dude, if I was gay, you would be the last fucking person I'd want to fuck. I'm like,
that's
thanks.
not nice.
No, I know. That wasn't nice. What's up, Caleb?
Morning, Caleb.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Should I have not just brought you in?
That
was a little aggressive. I'm going to let him bring himself.
Yeah. When he's ready. He's ready.
Yeah.
Don't you force it.
I see Josh has completely abandoned Sevan. I wonder if he'll bring in Barnacle Bailey as retaliation. Josh is completely. I just talked to Josh 2 days ago. 3 days ago.
GP just says shit like that to like get you fired up, you know?
Well, it worked. Dipshit. Hey, dude, everyone wants to come on the show. Don't get it twisted. It's what I realized. And the people who don't want to come on the show, like they're so fucking scared for some reason. They start calling me and texting me and want to stay friends with me. Like, don't worry. I'm not going to like flip out on you
yet.
Yeah.
No, just you got to keep that level of fear in them.
I say this with all love and humility. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. They all want to come on. It's hard for me to realize that. I tell you guys this now. Later on, Susan will have to talk me off a fence because he has to deal with the insecure Sevan, who's always like, yeah, I don't know if this show's going to make it. People don't like me. But when I'm on this show, it's like, I'm telling you. Oh, please. Everyone wants to come on. Don't fucking get it twisted. Especially those ones who say they don't, or that they even think that they're bold enough to attack. Yeah.
They can't attack.
And when I mean all of them, all of them. I know. Don't forget.
See,
I lost the war with my DMs, guys, by the way. I forgot to tell you that last week. I lost.
You just gave up?
I haven't cleared my DMs, and I just can't.
Oh,
it's just hundreds a day.
Yeah,
it's hundreds a day now. I just can't. But I'm trying. I want you to know I haven't given up.
Yeah,
but it's bad. I used to never go to sleep with a DM. Now there's hundreds. Yeah, I think. Caller, hi, Miss Lynn. Hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good morning. On fire.
Fantastic.
Great show so far.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you, Wodapalooza coverage as usual was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, everything was great. I still have a couple shows to catch up on, but thank you so much, Souza, for being out there.
Oh, my pleasure.
Would have never. Yeah, that's always the. Isn't it weird that?
I mean, the really hard part was Souza and Heidi on the ground.
Yeah, and that's the highlight too. That's where you see the stuff that no one else gets to see when they're at home. And we'll do the same thing at the CrossFit Games this year. But I think we will. But isn't it weird that like they don't do, like other people don't do that? Like if I'm a venue, I have like a corral cam with a good mic on it, and I'm just streaming to another channel where you can see what's going on in the corral. Dude, that would be a huge channel.
Yeah, even if it's just
I can't believe more. I can't believe like Wodapalooza Loud and Live or even CrossFit Games doesn't do that. Yeah,
well, at least huge props to Wodapalooza for letting Souza do it. The games won't let anything like that happen because they're so fucking scared. Well, and short-sighted.
But the CrossFit Games Insta site was using all kinds of Wodapalooza material this weekend.
I know, isn't that funny? And
I know, it's like you don't even want to be part of it, but here you are using all the material.
And I don't know if you noticed, but though it looked like the majority of it, they were filming a computer screen to get their clips, even though they had 5 people there who could have filmed it in real time.
No, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to say hi. I'm got a couple appointments, so I'll be listening off and on. But always good to have you in the morning at on a daily basis. So don't change anything.
My wife used to say that too, and now we have kids in our bed.
Well, I've been there too, but anyway, we all have our vices, right?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, bye.
You guys all take care. Where'd Caleb go? I'm on pause. Tell him I said hi.
There he is.
He's here.
Hi, Caleb.
Damn.
I can't see you on the screen because I put it on pause. But
no one can. He was just I brought him in for a second. He's putting a huge chunk of meat into his mouth.
Okay, and then I called you, and then I don't know if he disappeared, but anyway. Yeah. You guys all take care.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Yeah, I would. I'd really like to do it while some of the haters are still there. So that I could love on them in person. I would really but go ahead.
I was just gonna say, going through all that footage at the end, though, holy shit! If you actually went out,
I would hire someone to do that now. I would,
Yeah.
I would have someone do that now.
I was talking with Ben and like Scott and the Mayhem team and Carlos and stuff, and I was like, how much? Like, I was talking with Scott, and I was like, how much footage do you guys have to go through? And he was like, it's crazy, it's absurd.
Absurd.
Like, damn, you have to go rifle through all of that.
Sevan, how much would it take for the behind the scenes? You know what? I would almost, to be honest, I would almost maybe go film it for free just because I could parlay it into so much good shit for this podcast now.
What does that say? If you get to own it, then it would be worth its weight in gold for the channel.
Or even if I didn't own it, just getting affiliated with it. Like it more and more as I look back, it's kind of like one of the best things that ever was that happened at CrossFit. I mean, it was our minutes watched. It was our biggest show ever in the history of CrossFit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So bigger than anything. So I don't know, but it would never happen. There's no one there smart. There's no one there with an IQ over 100 in the marketing department. I don't even mean that as a mean way. I just mean emotionally IQs are so low. That's gonna be huge. That's gonna be a huge problem with all of society here in a minute.
I get a feeling that people who are working at CrossFit are more concerned with their own like hierarchy and making their way in the company than they are trying to actually like produce good stuff for the company.
Dude, that's exactly it. Well, everyone who works in corporate America knows that's where it is. That's right. What it is. Everyone.
It's all about
that's
self-preservation, having themselves climb the ladder, and very much like reaching outside of that to figure out what's good for the company as a whole.
Microsoft and Google both fired over 10,000 people this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's just the start.
It must be weird in Seattle when they fire 10,000 people. Wad Zombie, I think Dave's coming on the podcast tomorrow. Should I leave these out near him so he can plug all these again? Did you see him? He came right in here and started fingering your cards. It was crazy. Oh, Wad Zombie, thank you so much you're so fucking cool. You've been and Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne has been sending us thumbnails, and Wad Zombie. Oh, I'm fucking burning this Jason Hopper one. I'm joking. I'm joking. Look at two Alexis Raptis, as should be. Probably one of my new most favorite athletes.
One for each hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wad Zombie has been helping out with the mic solution for our next live behind the scenes stuff. It's been really helpful.
Yeah, so cool. Dark Lord Ravon. $10.
Oh, instead of Sevan, he's Revon.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
God, I hope not. I don't like dark. I don't want to be a dark lord. Can I be a light lord? Okay, here we go. I want to show you something. This is a perfect. Sorry, you don't have this one, Caleb and Matt. That's why I pulled it up. This is a perfect It looks like Caleb's finishing up stuffing stuff in his face, and he will be on very shortly. Now, all you gay men out there can now unzip your pants, and I present to you. How about the guys who want to just watch Caleb just eat? That's part of their fetish. This is exactly what it. This is exactly how Democrats work. You have to understand this. Exactly. This is not. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not. This is exactly how the government works. Exactly how the government works when it's manipulated by corporate America. Oh my God, I feel like a girl. No problem. We'll chop your penis off. You guys know that there hasn't been a surgical solution or remedy allowed for mental illness since lobotomies were made illegal. Lobotomies where they literally opened up the front of your skull and took a fucking butter knife. I know you guys think I'm joking, but I'm not. And just mashed the front of your brain.
Science.
Mash the front of your brain with a butter knife after they removed the front of your skull cap. That was a solution for mental illness. And now they got surgery is back for mental illness again, and it's chopping the penis. And that's how Democrats work, right? They're there to help you. Those fucking idiots think they're really helping you. They really do. They think that they're helping kids by removing their body parts. Well, this is it. I saw this and I was like, holy shit. So this is a kid. This is a string right here that's holding a cigarette lighter at a market in Pakistan. I don't really know that, but that's what they look like to me, so I'm going to go with it. In Pakistan, this is a string. You guys see it? Caleb and Souza, this white string looks like fishing line. And then there's a cigarette lighter here, and you got this boy with a nice yellow shirt on, and he's barely tall enough to reach the cigarette lighter and get the cigarette up there at the same time. He's trying to keep his mouth on the cigarette so he can and ignite a cigarette, right? And
actually, me.
That's you?
Mm-hmm.
As a little boy? Oh, yeah, same sweatshirt. Wow. And he's trying to light a cigarette, and he's in Pakistan. Yeah, this is Yash as a little boy. Look at, there's Yash as a little boy. And thank you, Yash, for submitting this video. And so here we go. Oh man, he's trying so hard to light it. Now look at this. Look at there's a hand coming in the lower left-hand side that's about to grab the boy into the screen. By the way, those are, I don't know what it is in those bags. I'm going to say dried fruit. Here it comes. Look at, a hand grabs the boy. Now you can see the cigarette lighter, the boy's shocked, and some adult has grabbed him. Uh-oh. Grabs the boy. The boy's like, oh shit, right? I'm not that dark. The fuck you're not, dude. Are you kidding me? Fuck, dude. You could live in Compton with a pass. Yeah, I know that did look like a flaccid cigarette, right? I think I was noticing it was bending too. That's yeah, but actually maybe it is a rollie. So he's trying to light a cigarette in the market in Pakistan, and some dude grabs his arm. Oh yeah. You colored folk get lighter as you isn't that funny? The colored folk get lighter as you get older, and the white folk get darker. Your skin gets softer and lighter, and our skin gets wrinklier and darker. And we die of cancer, skin cancer. Okay, so the kid got grabbed and he's getting yanked. Oh no, he's getting taken out. That's probably the Taliban that got him, because all fucking colored folk in Pakistan are Taliban. He's in big trouble. Okay, ready? Now remember, that's that guy in the green is the government, and you're the kid in the yellow. Ah, I see what's going on here. No problem, son. Let me give you a light for your cigarette. And the man lights the little boy's cigarette. And the boy lives happily ever after. Are you fucking kidding me?
Just trying to help out.
Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, the government's wearing masks so they don't get sick from COVID, but they light your cigarette. You see that?
Did you also see the second generation cementing that they will also smoke and light cigarettes with the younger kid watching it?
Yes, good point. I didn't even think of that.
So, right, the one that just came up in the orange shirt. He's looking at it. Wow, that's cool. And the other one in the green and red. And now we have a second generation.
Dude, look how long that kid's shirt is. Tuck that shit in, bitch.
I thought it was cool.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Hey, all you got to do is put hustle on it, and it's a fucking Craig Ritchie shirt.
And
No, I'd be more upset if it was marijuana. I'd be even more upset. No, I don't know. Nicotine's worse than marijuana. I don't think marijuana is addictive, but nicotine.
well, isn't the nicotine like it gets really bad as it's processed here, right? So if that's just like straight up nicotine rolled into a cigarette, it wouldn't be as bad as if it was like a Marlboro Light out here, right? Isn't there like fiberglass and like other shit inside of it? So it like
maybe I
makes
just
it
can't.
worse.
Just why is that? Why are you lighting a kid's cigarette? It's just how the Democrats work. They actually think they're helping.
yeah, well, you're a white supremacist if you don't.
Right. Hey, kid,
That's how
and
that
I love the way the way the adult even drags them over there to like that's them saying like, hey, if you don't drive over here in your car and get this injection today, we'll do it through your window. You won't be allowed to go to work tomorrow, and your kids fucking won't be allowed to go to school. So come here and let me light that shit for you.
Well, it's because all the money has gone to lighting, research and lighting cigarettes and rolling them, not actually figuring out if they're good or bad for you. And they're moving at the speed of science.
Yes, they're just following the science. Hey, you know what I heard? I was speaking to a guy, former CIA guy, yesterday, Caleb, and they said that the mandate for the soldiers not to take it's just bullshit. They said like they're still. It's what
people
what
are still telling them that they need to get it.
Yeah, the God, what were they saying? That's like. That's for the outside world to see, but in the inside, you still have to take it. God, how did they explain it to me? It was so good the way they explained it to me.
I wonder if it's still being like the providers are still like, oh, you should get another one. You know, like they're still, because sometimes you have just like lingering.
One of Dale, you know that guy Dale we had on, the lawyer?
Yeah.
I was talking to someone who works for him, and they were saying that some of the guys are still getting their boosters who are in there.
Oh yeah. We when
even
we got
people
it,
who are suing the government for having to take it.
yeah, they're completely different opposite ends of the spectrum. Because some people are like, "Oh, I'm old and I need to get another booster." It's like, no, you don't. It's not required. You definitely probably don't need it anyway.
God, taking shots is fun though.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard the Navy's mandating the monkeypox vaccine. That can't be true.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a control group. What are you talking about?
The U.S. government.
I thought like when you join the military, you just walk down a line and then they just hit you with those guns. So it's not even
They
like
do.
normal. It's just like
They do. So they
Yeah,
have
so-
you just have shot lines,
and that
then
shit's been
you-
going on since like the 60s, right?
Oh yeah.
So
It's all
fuck
just.
it.
I mean, it's like your flu, anthrax, hepatitis, tetanus, HIV.
That's chlamydia.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
Penicillin. That's what it is. Penicillin's another one.
One really cool thing that's happening at CrossFit that I heard is that I think we talked about it on the show before. Is they're doing a program with they're doing two programs with the Army. One, if you're in the Army, you can take the L1 for free, which is just so awesome.
That is cool.
And it could be a boon for the investors at CrossFit Inc. If they could just figure out how to get people in the Army to take advantage of it, it can be a cash cow for those people. And they could sleep well at night knowing that they're helping everyone by doing that. But the other thing is that thing at Fort Bragg that Dave's been posting about, over 7,000 soldiers, I bet you, are going to get. I was just trying to piece together things that I've heard about it, are going to get a 1-day basic level 1 over the next year. 7,000, dude. That's so good for the affiliates. That's like that shit trickles down to the affiliates so quickly over the next 5 years. It's fucking rad.
Hopefully.
It is. It's going to blow those 7,000 soldiers away. It's going to fucking explode their brains, what they're going to learn.
And then you're saying that when they get out, that they'll come into affiliates, or
they're going to tell their
start
moms, their
affiliates,
dads, their
or-
friends. Each one of those soldiers on average is going to get, I'm just making this up, but 5 people to do CrossFit. So now you're at 35,000.
Oh,
yeah, there we go. Oh, shit, I didn't even see this. Oh, Ben Smith was there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A great morning. Oh, and look, there's Don, and I saw Don as you scrolled over. Great morning at Fort Bragg with General Donahue and some of the soldiers from the 18th Airborne Corps. Ben Smith came out and helped our team coach a large group of soldiers new to CrossFit. Yeah, wow. Holy shit. That's pretty amazing that they got Ben Smith there. I thought Rich was going to go. But great they got Ben. Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow. Do I have some stories about those people?
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Cool.
Maybe not so much Don. I know a great story about Todd. Probably can't be said on the air. I know a great one about Joe that might be able to be said. I think that's Kelly Jackson I don't really know. I like Kelly Jackson. I don't really know any stories about her. Lindsay Marie, I got some great stories that probably can't be said on the air. Chuck Carswell have some great stories. They could all probably be told on the air. Ben Smith, I got some stories that probably can be. Dave, I got some that can and can't be. That's a good group of people. I got good memories. Yeah, that is Chuck. That's Chuck, dead center.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's representing CrossFit, and Dave's representing a company that sells bullets. But which is appropriate, socially appropriate in the environment he's in. Very socially appropriate. That's what you call leadership, dipshits. That so many of you fucking knuckleheads don't know. Not you listeners. I just mean people who don't listen to the show.
Although I did see an advertisement with L1, and they were going to like on the route of like, if you're getting into this and you want to be good at the sport, come like craft your movement with the L1. And I don't really know how I felt about it.
I hate it just the way you said it. Good at the sport.
Yeah, it was like, I don't have the exact way, so I'm paraphrasing it, but Grace saw it and she was like, oh, you're not going to like the wording of this. And I was like, why? And she was like, because it's like, come and work on your movement. And I was like, well, as long as the curriculum doesn't change and you're using different marketing employees to get people in the room, I'm not that upset at it.
I think I remember there being some law that if you're selling a car, you can't show it peeling out or something in the commercial, or you can't show it doing excessive drive. It's some shit like that.
Yeah, like
you can't show people drinking alcohol in alcohol ads.
Oh, you can't?
Mm-hmm. If you ever watch any alcohol ads, they're never drinking it.
You're right. There are always clips of like them like having fun with a drink in their hand or like a bottle nearby. Oh yeah, never noticed it, but they're never actually like taking a sip of the drink.
Meanwhile, there's that guy who has that Instagram account where he just does he rips the bottle cap off his beer bottle, licks the bottle, and makes him so and then he. Have you ever seen this thing called the tornado? I need to try this one day. Have you ever tried that, Caleb? You seem like you could be young enough to have tried that.
Yeah.
Does it work? Does it work?
Definitely works.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Susan?
Swirl it around and then drink it so it comes out faster or something?
Do you swirl it around once it's up? You turn it up and do it, or how do you do it?
Yeah, as you're drinking it, you swirl it around a couple times, and then it just shoots down the gullet a lot faster.
I'll practice with the carrot.
Yeah, keep practicing like now on the show. That's good.
No, please. Don't anyone take a screen grab. 356 clown show. I think I'm coming back on today at noon, by the way. I'm really gonna try to, because Brian's in
Is he still in Cookeville?
He's in Cookeville till Sunday. I texted him this morning and asked him if he wanted to come on at noon today. I hope he does. Don't forget to relax your throat, Sevan, so you can guzzle faster. All right. I was always good at beer bongs. I could just fire those down. Oh, this is amazing. This is that girl, Greta Thunberg. I didn't know she's of age now.
Mm-hmm.
She's like old enough to like someone's giving it to her. She's like over 18, right?
Yeah, Leo's giving it to her.
Yeah, this is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
but I heard she's autistic. I think there's rules about fucking disabled people.
She has like Asperger's or something.
I just heard she has autistic, but this is fucking crazy, dude. I would love to meet her and be like, I would love to compare notes of what she's seen in the world with what I saw in 1 year in my life. Oh, isn't she autistic? Yeah, maybe you can't. I think that there's rules about boning disabled people, maybe. anyway, maybe she can't take it. But anyway, watch this. This is crazy. This is just low emotional IQ shit here. This is the problem with just people. Go ahead.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire
Guess what, motherfucker?
people are suffering.
One more, Caleb. One more. God.
People are dying. Entire
Guess what, motherfucker?
people are suffering.
I don't need my car to go that fast, but I do need my car to shoot fucking flame out of some tube that's off to the left of the hood.
Oh my goodness.
I do need it to go that fast now.
Hey,
Just because
dude,
somebody else.
imagine at a stoplight if you had your car do that.
Probably blow
Like if
somebody
that
up.
happened next to my mom while my mom was sitting in her car, my mom would fucking die. And I have a healthy, strong CrossFitting mom, but she couldn't handle that.
Amazing.
What a joke.
Do you remember those girls that
Who's
threw, like,
dying? What is she talking about? Who you think that there's someone dying from climate change that's relevant to anything? That's like worried about cops killing black people. It's like you are a complete fucking idiot in the place you're putting your energy. You have been completely fucking duped. You do know that 80% of the United States is going to die prematurely because of fucking what they put in their mouth, right? You realize we're in a population decline. That has nothing to do with the weather. I want to say something, but I know my wife won't like it. But
You see,
that girl is stupid, and anyone who believes that, and not only that, there's a whole generation that actually is climate change actually scares them and keeps them awake at night. A whole generation of people. Sorry, go ahead, Caleb.
did you see that she like staged an arrest of herself?
Yeah.
She's such a piece of shit, dude.
Hey, dude,
handlers.
you know she's just a tool, right? Now she's just being used.
It's her hand. She always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tends to get.
You know those girls that threw the, like, was it paint or soup or something on
Soup,
that, like,
canned soup.
painting? Yeah. You know that go
I
ahead.
just want to be clear here real quick. Sorry. I know, Mike, I got you off on the wrong. Mike says, really 80% of the population is going to die from a dick in their mouth? Question mark. That is not what I meant, but it's important I clarify. I was ambiguous and I could see how you went there. It's from putting in hot dogs and with a bag of cherries and frosted mini wheats. Okay,
Doritos.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Patrick Bet-David had those girls on the show. Did you ever see that by any chance?
No.
He brought the two of them up and he was like, "Look, we're not."
He
gonna
had
play."
Greta Thunberg on the show?
No, he had the two
Oh.
chicks that threw the soup on the show.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And he goes, "Look, we're not going to play a gotcha. Like, I legitimately want to give you guys your space and a platform to talk. You obviously you're going to go through an extreme measure. So here's your platform. Like, why are you so ambitious, or not ambitious, but whatever. I can't even think of the word.
Dedicated to your cause.
Thank you." And they literally thought that they were going to, like, die in the short term. And they were like, we can't not be dedicated to it. And he's like, "Well, you guys are young. You're in your early 20s. Like, why aren't you, doing stuff and think about your future and, like, have some fun? Like, you're in college." Like, we can't have fun. Everybody's going to die. There's no reason. We have to say. And they were like, but they were 100% bought in on it. And with just him not arguing back, but just asking a few questions, like, you could see the wheels were starting to turn towards the end of the conversation. And they were like,
could?
"Oh, yeah," because he was like, "Well, this doesn't make sense because have you thought of this? And have you thought of this? And if this were true, what about
But he was
this?"
cool.
Well, real cool. Like, almost like talking to him as if they were like his kids, like not just arguing to be combative, but just like asking some really good questions and then like not being judgmental or attacking their answers, like letting them answer and then not really even responding to it, but then asking another question.
Bruce, Wayne about Patrick Bet-David says you should have him back on, Sevi. You know what happened, Bruce? By the way, thank you for the thumbnails. You know what's crazy? A lot of people have done a lot of nice things for the show, but the thumbnails you make, I feel like I made them. Like I feel like you get me, like the weird shit you do to them.
I thought you made him until you told me that Bruce Wayne sent him.
Yeah. So after we had, here it is. For those of you guys want to watch, this is the stage. And you know what? I want to give Greta Asperger thumb some. I don't like maybe this is staged, but maybe it's supposed to be staged. You know what I mean? Maybe she's not trying to pass this off as real. I don't know. I don't know what's really going on.
Neither does she.
But so I don't jump to the conclusion, just so you guys know, that this is staged. By that I mean it could be staged, but I don't jump to the conclusion that it's staged to try to play it off as real. Like I just can't do that to someone. Like maybe she was just there. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's a Nike ad.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, maybe it is a Nike ad. Like,
seems a little odd for all that, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. So I had Travis Bajan on, and it was kind of a breakthrough for me because I didn't prepare for that at all, and I just had him on, and he's just a friend, and I was pretty relaxed, although he seemed like he was stoned out of his mind to me. But I enjoyed having him on a lot, and he's a dear friend. I consider him like in the best friend category. And the next day when I had Chafee on, I told Souza, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna try to do Chafee like I did Travis. I mean, I researched him, but I'm just gonna fuck like." Being stiff with people or like trying to accommodate them based on the fact if they're a 5-star general or the president, or just being, I don't want to say just be me with them, but something happened when I was with Travis that made me like get back to my roots. And he goes, yeah, and then basically in a gentle way, Souza said, yeah, you fucked the Patrick Bet David podcast up because you weren't yourself. And the next day I was like, it's really stung when he said it. So I let it kind of pass. And then the next day I tried to bring it up to him. Like, so do you think I did bad? Do I need ayahuasca? Did I really fuck the Patrick Bet David? He's like, no. Corey, hi.
Morning. Hey, have y'all seen the food pyramid?
Yes.
With,
yes.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't called in and asked about that. I'm just joking.
We got, I ordered 300 boxes of Lucky Charms from Amazon yesterday. I can't wait to start eating that.
Smart.
0 sugar.
Get out ahead of the curve.
Hey, I heard you talking the other day about sleeping your way to the top.
Yeah.
And
not only sleeping your way to the top, here's the thing I just realized, you just have to fuck, like, so let's say we had some girl work for the Sevan Podcast. You just have to fuck the highest dude you can up on the rung so you don't get fired.
So like you start with Bruce Wayne and then you work yourself up.
So like, yeah, if you fuck Caleb, if you fuck Bruce Wayne, it's just like, we're just going to talk about you. If you fuck Caleb, HR might have to have you have some leverage. You fuck Susan, it's like, oh fuck, you fuck me and you got the fucking whole, you own the show now. Just once.
Do you think
not even fuck me? You just have to reach into my pants and give me a handy, and you own me now for the next 20 years.
Just bat your eyes at me.
Do you think guys?
What? Say that again, Caleb. Sorry, hold on, Corey. Say that again, Caleb.
Just bat your eyes at me. That's all I need.
Yeah. I'm fucked. And so that's all you have to do. You get a job at CrossFit Inc. You're a fucking intern. And then you just shoot. You pick the 3 highest dudes who are on the fucking totem pole. Like you try to fuck Dave, Don, and I don't know who else. Nicole Carroll. Yeah, I guess you're a girl. You could fuck a girl. But soon as you do that, you're in like Flynn. I don't know why at 50 I'm just figuring this out, and that's how the world runs. That is how the fucking I don't know how the whole world runs, but there's a segment of the world that runs like that. And let me tell you, if you got video too, you can film that shit as fucking you're blowing dawn fall, and you put your Apple Watch out to film that shit. Do those have cameras yet?
No.
Not yet.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
But
Okay, sorry, Corey. Go ahead.
You think guys can sleep their way to the top?
I mean, there's one guy who can, and it's like a Jerry Springer episode, but no, you cannot.
It depends on your work environment. If you're with a bunch of gay dudes, maybe.
Oh, very well said. And that's the other thing. So it's a double-edged sword. That's why women are such a fucking fantastic piece of hardware. What a fucking trip women are. God, because they keep us from being idiots, and yet they can fuck us up too. Not that I want to play victim or give them the role. Like, I mean, fuck. If you get a corporate job, just chop your penis off.
Well, I'm here to give you a sample. At Lowe's, when I was in college,
the hardware store. Oh, I love this. Take your time with this story. If there's ejaculation in it, please. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the HR lady was going through some hard times with her husband, and I worked in the back in the installed sales area. and I wasn't married at the time. And she decided that she was going to flirt with me a little bit, and one thing led to another. She ended up going to third base with me, and I decided that probably wasn't the right thing to do because she was married. And from there on out, it was smooth sailing.
Well, we got to define third base for us.
Everybody has a different definition.
Generally speaking, what does third base mean?
That's everything except penile vaginal intercourse.
Yeah, she went down on me. Let's put it that way.
The HR lady blew you?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so for the next 2 years, until she got fired, for the next 2 years, I could do whatever I wanted to do. So I think guys can sleep their way to the top. So if Caleb's looking for a promotion, he can probably sleep his way to the top too.
Did just get rejected. So
holy shit. Corey, did that happen at Lowe's, or did you guys meet off campus?
It progressed at Lowe's. So she showed me her boobs at Lowe's, and she was sending me pictures at Lowe's, but the actual activity took place off campus.
Hey, was it the HR lady for that store or the HR lady for corporate?
It was the HR lady for the store.
And did her husband ever find out?
Yeah, I think he did.
Did he talk to you?
Yeah, he sent me a message, and I tried to play it off, but we were really good friends, and they were going through some hard times, and so we actually became closer because of it, I think, because I knew it was the wrong thing to do. And obviously I've never done anything like that since. I was young, dumb, full of cum, and made a mistake, but it happened. And my life for the next 2 years at Lowe's was magical. I could come in late. I could leave when I wanted. Never got written up. It was fantastic.
Did you ever ejaculate at Lowe's? At Lowe's?
By myself, maybe.
No, I'm not talking about like a break, but did she ever
No.
That's another thing women should know. Men have ejaculated everywhere. There's no anywhere you've sat, the confession, the dentist chair, anywhere you think that may have just get over it. Men have ejaculated everywhere.
Oh yeah.
We're men.
Long drive home.
Yeah. There's no spot that hasn't been ejaculated in. No location.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, I wanted to add my tips. Hey, can you do that tornado beer thing for us again?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Where are your hands? If you hold your hands over your head, I'll do it. Just keep your hands
the HR lady.
Here it is. Hey, there it is. There it is.
For the viewers, hey, Sevan, show me how you brush your tongue.
I appreciate it.
I'll let y'all go.
Okay.
That was an awesome story.
Bye.
Hi. The fucking the Lowe's lady, the third base with the Lowe's lady, and the goodbye from the kid. So he was friends with the husband. Oh, my lips are chapped.
That story couldn't have gotten any better.
Oh, that was great.
I know. Jeremy eats oral. I'm ejaculating from Corey's story too. I know. Sometimes I feel like something's wrong with me because I when he starts telling the story, I start getting aroused. Not heavily, I don't got a chub, but I could feel I'm wondering where my wife is. I'd like to know. I'd like to look at her. Call her. Hi.
She's probably at Lowe's.
You're right. Hey, my wife was the HR at Lowe's. Which store?
Wait a minute.
Hi, how are you, caller?
Good. How are we doing, boys? It's Plumber.
Oh, Plumber. Oh, speaking of, what a great name, Plumber. Here, you know what I should have asked him too? Was she would you not have hooked up with her if she wasn't the HR lady? I remember, I don't know, 20 years ago thinking, yeah, I'd fuck Oprah just because she's rich and powerful.
She's office hot, I bet. But she probably wouldn't give the HR lady a second look, but in Lowe's in that setting, and she's the only one to look at, she's 10 out of 10 there, you know?
It's
office hot. What a great line.
Yeah.
So there's this rule in the Army where every girl is a +2 basically. So when you went to basic training, right, we had girls, but not the best of looking.
So you just recalibrate. If you go like, oh, I would never have sex with that girl, you're like, wait a second, and then you're like, she's a 6. Oh, that's an 8. Oh, fuck, she's awesome. You just do that.
And the longer you're there, yeah, it's just kind of like it starts out as an automatic +2, then each week is like plus half a point.
Oh, and by the time you're there, like you just see fucking a hamburger on the ground and you'll fuck it. Like after a month, like doesn't even matter.
Yeah, you're there awesome. You're there for 10 weeks. And you're a bunch of 18-year-old kids, basically. And you're told, don't do anything.
Hey, plumber, you probably haven't seen one of these yet, but a pregnant woman's vagina looks exactly like a fucking hamburger. It is so crazy. It has these 2 big buns and then the piece of meat in the middle. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. It's the most wonderful kind of vagina, a pregnant vagina. But wait till you see a pregnant. It just looks just like a hamburger.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's crazy how they start to look. Like month 7. What's that called? Maternity leave. Take a month off in month 7. It's the most wonderful vagina the world has ever invented.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. I know. Look at you guys don't understand, but just wait. Wait till you have a 7-month pregnant woman.
I can't wait to call
crazy.
you when I find out.
Yeah, look at Bruce Wayne. It's so juicy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy vagina.
Right.
Sevan's on a different level today. Okay, well, good. I'm glad. I'm squinting my eyes a little bit, like I feel puffy. Too much partying. Will Plumber from Eric Weiss for $1.99. How's the new internship, Plumber?
Dude, it's been honestly, it's been really great. First week was good. Got to work with all of our pit crews, and it's pretty cool what we're doing of like trying to turn, basically, if you picture mechanics, trying to turn them into professional athletes. And like the company spared no expense for anything. Like we have a brand new facility with just amazing equipment.
Where do you work? Where's your internship?
Chip Ganassi Racing Company.
Oh.
So it's an IndyCar company. So we have 4 cars, 4 Indy cars, and then a couple sports cars and a bunch of other stuff.
All right, that's cool. Indy cars sound
cool.
All right. Well, good to hear your voice.
Yep. See you guys.
Don't fuck. Well, hey, if you fucked the HR lady, will you tell us?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you.
That means he already has.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, dude.
So here, I really want to start the Instagram account with people. Did you guys by any chance see the end of the show yesterday?
Yes.
I really want to start an Instagram account of just people like breaking shit, like giant people breaking shit.
Are you gonna replay it? Are you gonna replay it?
It's in here. It's in here somewhere. We'll get to it. Okay, 3:55. Oops. This is from the LA Times.
Oh my
goodness. This is just you guys. I won't say much about this. We'll move through this one very quickly. Very, very quickly. American Idol singer CJ Harris dies at 31. And if you scroll down, I want to
hold on. I gotta disable my ad blocker.
Oh, we'll go to his cause of death. Guess what he died from, Souza? I'll give you one guess.
COVID.
Nope. He's 31 years old. What?
Blood clots.
Okay, you're out of the game. What, Caleb? What did he die of?
Heart attack.
Harris died Sunday after suffering from what appeared to have been. What does that mean? When he died like this? He grabbed his chest. God, my tits are getting firm.
Yikes.
Harris died. I've been doing a lot of bench. Harris died Sunday after suffering from what appeared to have been a heart attack in his hometown. 31 years old. Okay, sorry, Mr. Harris. I'm sorry that you died. Okay. There's some people send me. I get 10 of these a day of people dying, young people dying of heart attacks. Usually I don't show them, but I'm like, you know what? This one I'm going to show. Yes, thank you, Yash. Thank you. I watched Sevan show enough times to know it was a heart attack. Yes. 3:54. Nobody care. Nobody. Who's care? Who's care? You've never known any foreigners who talk like that? Who's care? Who's care? Nobody care. Nobody. So here you go. This is coming, guys. Just watch this. This is just, I don't know, an hour ago this happened, or 72 hours ago. But this is the CEO of Pfizer talking. He's so excited. Listen to what he's excited about. This is great.
All right, check this out. This is the chairman and CEO of Pfizer. Hear what the CEO of Pfizer, your most trusted company, actually has to say about these tracking pills that they're making. Hear this out.
Maybe I will use an example. I think it's fascinating what's happening in this field right now. I mean, FDA approved the first.
FDA approved some crazy ass shit. Now this idea of like FDA approved, we clearly know it's fucking bogus and super one-sided.
Electronic pill, if I can call it like that. So it is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet.
Imagine in the near future, they tell you, you have to take this pill. And once you take it, it'll alert us that you actually took the pill and it's in your system. Bro, these guys are going to track everything that you do. Do you get it?
So imagine the applications of that. Compliance.
Follow the rules. Be a slave. Obey. Listen. Shut the fuck up. Sit down and take whatever we want to fucking give you. That's what they're telling you.
The insurance companies to know that the medicines that patients should take, they do take them.
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Fascinating what happens.
It's crazy, bro.
And you know what? They always use a scapegoat.
It's just nuts that Bula says compliance. It's for compliance, so the insurance companies know that I took what? But no one cares. Just so you know, no one cares. Like, that's the thing. You have to stand up for yourself. Like, most people are just going to do this.
Oh, it's funny. It's like Kenneth said down there, like a cell phone. That's all I was thinking. It's like, this is already happening.
Right.
And it's happening by our own. Leave your house right now, whoever you are, drive 15 minutes, realize you forgot your phone. You'll fucking turn around. You'll be late to wherever you were doing because you cannot leave your phone. You don't need a computer chip, bro. It's already one you're carrying around.
Yeah, they make it. Just so you know, if you do that, you should know that you should fucking throat punch yourself. You just had an amazing opportunity. That happens to me maybe once a month where I forget my cell phone at home. And I just love the fact, like, leverage your ego and don't turn back and get it. But my wife might call me. What if my kids? What if the school calls me? I have all sorts of stories of why I must carry my phone.
Yep.
And that's what I mean. Like, you're not cool like me. You're not intuitive like me. You don't see the synchronicity of the world like me. You don't see the magic of the world. You don't get to have fun every day because you just react and go back and get your phone. You're just fucking stuck in the matrix when you should just be like, holy shit, I'm going to be like Sevan. There's no fucking way I'm turning back from my phone, and I'm seeing that this is a great opportunity for me. I'll be like Sevan without the swearing and the sex talk and the arrogance. And I don't have to be 50. Be fucking cooler than him. A 25-year-old version of him. It ends up it's all true, which is just fucking crazy. 353. One by one, we find out it's all true. Everything Donald Trump told us about Joe Biden, it was all fucking true.
Got thrown out of the military. He was thrown dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president. And once you became vice president, he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
that is simply
and various
not
other places.
True. We've already been through this. I think the American people would rather hear about more substantial subjects. Well,
hey, it's all true. It's all true.
Got thrown out
and the commentator is like, let's talk about more substantial. You don't think they didn't think it was relevant that his son was on the take from China and the Ukraine? Even the presidential debate was rigged against fucking Trump. It's all true. It's worse than true. It's worse than true. Trump just barely touched on it. None of it. No one's pushing back. There's no more fact checkers on Facebook about this subject, by the way. No one's pushing back. All the books are out. You can go read all about it. And Joe's on the take too. All you have to do is he's the guy who's called the big guy.
Well, I mean, he's been lying since a long time ago. They have stuff back with him in like the early 90s where he's like, I graduated top of my class and I did this and I did that. And then that comes out and it's like, no, he didn't at all.
Well, Annie was raised with black people, Jewish people, and Puerto Rican people.
Which was not true.
I mean, how could you be raised with all three of those?
Come to the Bay Area.
Yeah, pick one. Damn, what a hero you are.
I don't even blame any of these politicians for lying. They wouldn't get away with it if we actually held them accountable or cared. So it's not even their issue. It's our issue.
352. Yeah, 352. By the way, I don't expect any of this to be fixed, but you don't have to live by it, and we can all just wake up. Okay. 352. Racist cops are not the problem.
Stop assuming that black people's biggest fear is racist cops. It's racist in every job. You know what's more terrifying than a racist cop? A racist lifeguard. A racist cop got to at least break a sweat, lie to somebody. A racist lifeguard just have to not notice you out there. And you dead. So ask yourselves, is it that black people can't swim? Or have we been the victims of a decades-long conspiracy by the aquatic wing of the Ku Klux Klan? Stop assuming that black...
And what's crazy is you think it's funny, because it is funny. But
The aquatic wing.
300,000 Americans will die this year because their doctors fucked up. Because the medical community did something that accidentally killed them. Gave them the wrong pills, plugged them into the wrong IV bag, typed their name wrong into the computer. It's the third leading cause of death in the United States, medical error. And yet, and 150,000 of them will be black people. I just made that up. I don't know how many.
50%.
Yeah, but they're worried about. But we're worried about cops shooting unarmed black men because it happened 12 times. Listen to them. Do not see the massive amount of idiocy. Cops are made to be put in dangerous situations, and that's bound to happen. That people are going to get hurt because they're out there trying to protect us, and there's guns, and just explicitly in that job, there's going to be accidents that kill people because we've put them in a really violent, intense scenario where they're dealing with the worst in society. Doctors are supposed to only do things that help you survive. And yet they're the third leading cause. 12 unarmed black men who get shot, you could easily figure out that every one of them deserved to get shot. I don't know what deserved means, but
every one of them?
You could. I mean,
that's not true.
You could.
That's
an
absolute answer.
Hey, well, here's the thing. This is what I mean by could. 12 is such a small number. It's an outlier. We don't even know if it's true. There's 12 lies about fucking black men being shot by cops out there out of the 365 million stops. So although what Sousa is saying might be true, you can't prove everyone. You statistically could be like, hey, that's such an insignificant number. 12 unarmed black men being shot of the 365 million people that are pulled over that
it's not worth the conversation.
No. Not if you want to put any over 250,000 people in the U.S. die each year because of medical errors, make it the third leading cause of death in the country. And you know what? I'm totally open if someone's like, no, it's not Sevan. It's the 18th and only 100,000 people died. I don't care. Like, it doesn't disprove my point. Or you could easily find that it's 3 million people died. Like, I don't care. That's not my point, by the way. 12% is the ideal body fat percentage for a black man. Well, thank you, Yash. Racist cops are not okay. 351. Go woke or go broke. And thank you for helping me with my absolutist. You and Patrick Vellner and my wife have been absolutely helpful in making me trying to get me off the absolutist. NHL player who refused to wear the Pride rainbow, Ivan Provorov, had his jersey completely sell out on NHL Shop. So this guy won't wear the I love the same genitalia that I have in my pants flag, and then his jersey sold out.
I'm surprised somebody in the hockey world has.
Say it again, Caleb.
So I'm surprised somebody in the hockey world hasn't already like lashed out against this in the past.
Just because those are guys that are a little more like hardcore.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just.
But I think all professional athletes have a pretty big component of selling out, right? I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. I think it's less about like the flag, and it's more about like him just resisting to go with the narrative and agenda. Like you could replace the flag with like anything else, and as long as he pushed back against just doing it because they're doing it because that's what they're told to do, it's like that's why people supported it.
I think he had, well, I don't know. Maybe you're right, but I think he was saying some shit about. I think he's pretty hardcore religious dude.
Makes sense.
I think he's like Protestant or Orthodox Christian or something.
Which for the first time, I really get now why religious people don't want. I get why religious people are against homosexuality. Like I finally, in the last like month, I figured it out. I get it. From that Will Tubo guy, it's against natural law.
And religion is just.
I mean, there's a huge component, I think, to natural law. Sevan, what's natural law? Well, listen to the show. Maybe you'll figure it out along with me. But the way I understand it is like natural law is like the leaves fall off the tree every winter, spring, summer, fall. In the fall. Yeah, that's why they call it the fall. Yeah, they fall off in the fall. Yeah. And that's natural law. And so like you need a man and woman together to raise a healthy child and to procreate and have a kid. Oh, natural law is a theory in ethics and philosophy that says that human beings possess intrinsic values that govern their reasoning and behavior. I don't think that's a philosophy. I think it's more of a science.
I don't necessarily think it's something that's like proven. That's why it's still like theoretical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There hasn't been like any data saying like, hey, this is
okay.
Concise.
Maybe okay. I see what you're saying. Thank you. But we could clump up a bunch of shit that we know is true and kind of put it under this flag as natural law about men and women and people.
Right.
But we're just products of like our environment, right? So that's what created the natural laws. Like we acted this way because this is how we survived in our environment. And as our environment changes, wouldn't that natural law change?
Sure. Yes, I could see that.
So that's why it'd probably become a philosophy and not a law. Like it doesn't matter how we act in society. Like if you still jump off a building, you're going to splat on the ground due to gravity. So it doesn't matter what that society is made up of. That will still exist. But if the rules in society or something changes and acceptance changes,
I don't think it's rules and acceptance. Maybe I was thinking of more like really superficial things, like some cells can split and procreate that way, but like we can't as humans. Like you have to put the penis in the vagina and ejaculate, and you can't have two penises do it or two vaginas do it. You got to like get the baby batter out of the testicles into the vagina, and there's just that way that it happens. And that's natural law, and I think that there's a lot of unknown components about that too, like just from a phantasmagorical thing, like maybe when you do that, that's when the soul comes into the body, or there's just this thing that happens, and I would lump that up with natural law too. But if you're saying that it's changed because it hasn't always been like that, because amoebas used to split, I guess I see your.
Well, I'm also saying too, like we're at a place where we could artificially create a child. Right. So like you could still take all the components, but it doesn't need to happen.
Can we do that? We can do that already.
Way.
We can just grow a kid in a jar.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I know quite a few people who have done it already.
You grew a baby not in a womb.
Well, you can. I mean, usually what happens is they'll just put it in a test tube and grow it until it's large enough to be incubated within a woman.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I imagine the same concept would occur if you just continued the growth without putting it into the womb.
Hey, look that up real quick if they've ever grown a bit. We would. I guess if they're doing that like in China in an underground lab, right?
I mean, you wouldn't really know, but
have we ever grown any animal outside of a womb to maturation?
I don't know if we have, but it's getting close to being able to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? So since that's outside of natural law, that might fuck some shit up. I think what we do. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, how do we know that's not part of our natural evolution, anyways?
I guess we don't, but
the goal is just to be able to procreate and survive, and then we found a more efficient way to do that.
I saw this womb facility. That thing is crazy. Yeah, I totally phantasmagorical. I don't even know what that word means. Oh, here we go. Thomas Aquinas' Theory of Natural Law is a good read. Okay, I'll have to read that. I think maybe I read that once when I was 19 or something. In zone, I'm doing some zone 2 training. Okay, so you at that point you could just lump everything up as just natural law.
Right.
Yeah.
Because as it naturally evolves, it's hard to differentiate, right?
Hey, you could say no matter how fucked up shit gets, it'll always course correct itself and get back on course.
Yeah, I believe that too. It's always going to have like an equilibrium point, or like it's going to come back to center at some point.
In my Tao Te Ching, where is my Tao Te Ching? There's a line in here that says all problems must flourish before they come to an end. Oh, please be Will to save me. Beat these guys' asses, these heathens I'm on the show with. Will? Thibault? Mr. Bill?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Is this Bill?
No, it's Jethro.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Hey, Jethro, what's up?
Are you on my side or on Sousa's side and Caleb's side?
I'm not on his side. I'm just discussing it.
Jethro?
Not to jump ahead for the programming, but you gonna have Dr. Mahatron tomorrow?
No, we're rescheduling Asim Malhotra. But he has been on the show before.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
I just listened to him on Bert Weinstein's podcast. Man, he is awesome.
Yeah. But if you want to know about the first time he ejaculated and how much he loves his parents, then watch the time he was on my show.
Haven't we had him on twice already before?
Maybe.
I think he's might have been twice. This will be his third time potentially.
I'm having trouble with Brett Weinschnitzel a little bit.
Because
I feel like I like within listening to him and Dr. Malhoney and like just some of those guys who are doing the circuit, maybe this is how people feel about me. Like I feel like I know everything that they're gonna say. Like I'm convinced. I get it. I know. All right.
We still have to educate those that don't know.
Good. You're right.
So listen to this one.
Okay. And then 349 is called cum rag. I know I'm going to get so much in trouble for this.
Oh my God.
Oh, and 348 is breaking shit. Okay, Jethro, because I have to take my kids to tennis. Go. You're up.
So my nephew's 1 year old.
Oh, did he sleep with the HR girl?
Not yet.
Oh.
So he's starting to walk, and she brings him over, and he's got these proper walking shoes. And I said, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you putting shoes on this kid for?" And I hate to really beat a drum, but people don't even think. Why would you put shoes on a toddler who's learning to walk? When he was walking, he looked so awkward.
The same reason when you put tape on every girl's mouth on the first date. You never, because you don't give them a chance because you just get damaged by that first girl who talks too much. No, I fucking agree with you 100%. That one fell flat a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, it's nuts, right, Jethro? Hey, did she understand what you were talking about? About how?
Well, I couldn't blast her too much because I kind of pick on her for not letting her kid. She lets her kid sleep in her bed. She doesn't feed him enough. I feel like as though I'm just harping on stuff that I would think.
She doesn't feed him enough. What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like get the right proper nutrients. Like she's only feeding him like whatever she's eating. and like little bits and pieces of it. He needs a full meal. He's a year old now.
Yeah. He's not on the tit. He's not on the tit.
No, she didn't do the breastfeeding.
He's probably just intermittent fasting.
Yeah, don't be so judgmental, Jethro. Hey, Jethro, it really is too. The foot thing is crazy. The man, she's especially since she didn't breastfeed, she's got to keep the fucking shoes off him. It really just ups the kid's challenge and reduces the kid's ability at the same time. And people will say the dumbest shit too. They'll be like, "Well, if you don't put shoes on a kid by the time they're 2 or 3, it'll make it really difficult when they do start wearing shoes." Shut the fuck up. That's like, oh, I'm going to feed my kid sugar to inoculate him from sugar. Like, I heard that shit too.
And I didn't really put shoes on my son, and you can tell he's got those wide feet, developed. He's a dancer now. It helps out so much. And I'm sure your kids have the, widest muscular feet that you can find in a kid.
Hey, yesterday my kid just out of the blue took his shoes off and started skating at the skate park with no shoes. And don't get me wrong, like I was like, dude, please put your shoes on. And he's like, no. I'm like, all right, fine. But it's like, like they're not afraid of their feet or the environment at all because 80% of their life is barefoot, and they're so much better for it. Hey, what kind of dance does your son dance? What kind of dance?
Hip hop, contemporary. He used to be a gymnast for 7 years, and then he went into dance.
That's fucking cool. What city does he live in?
We live in Massapequa, Long Island, New York.
How old is he?
He's 14 now. He's a stud dancing.
God,
he's the only boy in the company, and he's in the front of all the dances. And gymnastics really helped him out with all that stuff because they pimp him out with like tricks and flips and.
Hey, is his social IQ off the chart?
Oh, he's one of the most popular kids in school.
Yeah, dude. If you're 14 and you're a dancer and you can just hang with girls all day, you're either just fucking broken or you're fucking socially just so advanced.
No, he leans into it, and he's all about the hanging out. And he was out at a party. He was out at a party last night till 12 midnight. He's only 14.
Crazy. All right, keep that cell phone away from him. I'm tripping on. I'm tripping, Jethro, that the first time I ever saw anyone have sex was me, and yet by the time a kid has sex today, he's seen 800 people have sex before he does.
No, you're right with the phone. Anything and everything.
How old are you, Jethro? How old are you?
I'll be 49 in March.
So did you ever see porn before you had sex?
Yeah, when I was probably 10.
How? Where did you see it? On a VHS tape?
VHS tape. As soon as the parents went away, we'd grab theirs and like hide and watch it and make sure look out the window. They make sure they weren't coming.
Yeah. Wow. And which one did you watch? Was it like a Behind the Green Door or some shit? That one?
It was some popular one that everyone saw. Like,
was it the one where the guy dresses in the Wheaties box and he has his penis hanging out of the Wheaties box?
I don't remember that one.
That was like the popular one, the Behind the Green Door. My friend played that for me once, but that was like I didn't see people have sex. I just saw the guy. He was like dressed in a Wheaties box and like he had his penis hanging out of the Wheaties box, or not Wheaties. What's that stuff? It's like oatmeal, but starts with a W.
Weetabix?
No. Isn't there something else like oatmeal? It's like porridge, oatmeal, or. Fuck, I can't remember.
I'm no prude, but I trip on all these Instagram reels and pictures of these sheer shirts. They're pretty much naked.
Oh, nipples now a go on Instagram. It's a go.
But you can't say the word COVID or it gets
it's a go.
One they're paid for, one they're not.
God,
holy cow.
Everyone's so advanced. I just remember I was 18 when I lost my virginity, and I just remember just looking. The first 100 times I had sex, maybe 1,000, I just couldn't believe my penis was going into a vagina. I would just sit there and just stare like Frozen. No, not oval. Cream of wheat. Yes, Yash. Cream of wheat. Yes.
That doesn't begin with a W.
I know. Please, it's my show. Stop.
It's the wheat.
Cream of wheat.
Yeah, Yash must read the new papers backwards, so he got cream of wheat. like in China.
Arabic anyway, so they read backwards.
You lost your virginity at work? Oh, Corey, you have to call in on later on today and tell me that story.
With the HR girl? Oh no, he only got to third base with her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at Yash. Yeah, third, but you're right. I was asking what the fuck is that? Yeah, I couldn't even believe that. That's how I felt too. Like, what is that? oh my God, you have a vagina. I just couldn't believe. And now people watch porn. I was completely dumbfounded by the whole thing. I couldn't believe it when I saw a girl in a bra.
Oh, times have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, accessible to everyone and anyone.
And I wouldn't change anything. College is what was the perfect time to just go crazy. I'm glad I slow rolled that shit.
That's the first thing I realized in college. Everyone smoked and everyone had sex.
Yeah, you could just bone anyone. Just go over to someone's house and just like watch TV and wait.
just like Corey said when he was working at Lowe's.
Yeah.
At Abercrombie and Fitch, everyone had sex with each other. Everyone.
Oh God, I gotta hear JR's stories. What was it? Hey, Jethro, what was the name of that movie that I need to watch?
White Hot.
White Hot.
Man, it brought back some fun memories. But let me tell you something. Those Abercrombie days, those were hot.
All right. Thank you. And congratulations on the son. That's really cool. You have a son who's a dancer. I love that.
Yeah, man. He loves it. All right. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.
Later.
God, the calls are getting better and better.
I hope when people share stories.
349. I told my wife I was gonna talk about this clip. I don't know where to go with this one. I don't know if she has a filter on this camera, but
yes.
If you're a man and you're attracted to her, and I don't mean like if you have a desire to meet this, I don't mean attracted to her like the way maybe dudes are attracted to anime, but like if you have a desire to go out with this girl, to date this girl, you need your fucking head checked. Like if your radar doesn't go off in the first second that there's zero happiness here, that this is just a 100%, I titled this clip cum rag. And I think that there might be a whole slew of people out there who are like this. And don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking women. There's probably a correspondent man that's equivalent to this. But like, you should see this and just click away. You should like, you want a nice redheaded girl who doesn't wear fucking makeup and that you find out in the field making daisy necklaces as your wife. You want a girl who can't stop going to the CrossFit gym, right? And doesn't mind wearing sweaty clothes. Like, you do not want this. You are so fucking unhealthy if any part of you doesn't realize you need to run as far away as you can from shit like this. There's a whole Instagram account. This level, whatever this Instagram account is a nightmare. And yet I think it's trying to be passed off as real. Yeah, this is a cum dumpster. Thank you, Moral Spiegel. This is the worst of humanity. I feel bad. I don't want to pick on her, but like this chick needs to be taken out to fucking the middle of fucking Uganda and left there in the desert for 5 days. Maybe it'd take 5 months with her. Okay, let's go. Action.
Top tier treatment from men. I make sure that his words match his actions. If he's telling me one thing but doing a whole nother, canceled, blocked. For example, if he tells me, oh, you're so special to me. Okay, well, what makes me so special? He needs to court me properly. He needs to take me out. He needs to prove the words that he says. Don't let these men tell you anything that they're telling all the other girls. They know what game they play. I make them stand on what they say. This is number 2. They tell me, oh, we're going to go to this restaurant on this day at this time.
I'm done.
They better be
I hate her. She's bringing out the worst in me. Listen, no guy has a special line for you. We use the same lines on all you bitches. No guy has a special line for you. We're just young. We're dumb. We're 18 years old. We're just trying to fucking figure out how to fucking go out with you. We just want to fucking go to the movie with you and maybe see like if you'll hold our fucking hand. If you're like, just you fucking whore, like get the fuck out of here.
Wait. Why are you that angry about what she said? I don't get it.
It's all just like so superficial. It's just like, it's like shopping for, she's making like finding a boyfriend is like fucking like shopping for a fucking car. Like you're never going to find happiness in there. Like seriously, I mean this with no joking around. You want to have fun with the boy. You really just want to fucking find a guy. Your 18-year-old girl, ask a guy out, get 2 fucking baseball gloves, go out into the fucking middle of the park and play catch with him for an hour and talk to him. He will think you're the fucking coolest dude ever, and you'll find out if he's cool, and just throw a fucking tennis ball or a baseball back and forth at each other for a fucking hour. And then maybe bring a cooler that's got a fucking couple White Claws in it that you can drink afterwards. Fucking all this nonsense. And you can do that with any guy, whether he drives a fucking Lamborghini or he's a fucking homeless pile of shit like I was. Like, don't worry about any of this bullshit.
How old do you think this chick is?
I don't even fucking know. I just see her life going to, like, this bitch ends up on Epstein's Island. You know that, right?
Or maybe she was on Epstein Island. That's why she is the way she is now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Go ahead. I dare you to click it. I fucking dare you, Caleb. Oh, shit. Wait, let's look at her profile.
So many fucking words, dude. Oh my God.
Highly desired.
Wait, look at that. The fucking bow on the, what is that, a Land Rover? She's in a Range Rover. There's a bow on a Range Rover. She has that ass cannot be real.
None of that
is that real.
Date, marry, and win the hearts of and you men who think like it's gonna be fun. Man. That's gonna be fun. You're out of your fucking mind. Hey, I have no issue with women also like wanting to date rich men. I'm not saying like that, by the way. I'm just saying like.
How old do you think she is, though? You think she's like what?
57?
In her mid-30s?
I have no idea. She's just fucking a joke. I've really come on his 5 cups of Paper Street in. I just feel so bad's not the right word. I'm just like, why 35? Yeah, like that's a stinky dumper.
You know what happens too is like that shit is so. There's only a very, very short timeline for women like that. For guys, because here's the deal, like as a guy, like the older we get, the more money we get, the higher our value becomes. Women and women like her just have this short little window, because once she crosses over that age limit, or once she kind of gets done with that lifestyle, a guy in his 50s or even his fucking mid 60s, especially if you got a lot of money, if you're in that 9-figure club, you'll just go down and grab the next 21-year-old. And just
I've seen that. I've seen it. They just guys will just keep going through and yes.
Yeah. So like women like her and with that same kind of mentality, especially like this generation of like that's coming up on OnlyFans, like they really have to understand that window is small. It's still not as small as it is for CrossFit game athletes. But that window of like your popularity and like money making at being at your highest value, that window is super tiny. And the type of men she's going after, quote unquote,
yes,
like that window just gets getting better and better and better and better and better as they age. You'll find a billionaire in their fucking 70s and look at a 21-year-old that looks like her every day of the week.
I want to give women a checklist of a guy, 3 things. I'll just get just really quickly. 3 things you want from your guy. A guy who values his time. A guy who's not addicted, not addictive, and not addicted personality, meaning he doesn't do drugs or addicted to alcohol. And a creative guy. So that what was the first thing I said? Values his time. Yes.
Values his time.
So values his time is huge, because I know some really fucking cool people who don't value their time. Like they do the stupidest shit. So let me tell you something. A sign of someone like hoarders don't value their time. You want a person who's not afraid to just throw things away. Like you want someone who's like a minimalist.
They have an abundant mindset, not a scarcity. Scarcity, I gotta keep all of it and it's all go away.
Yes.
There's plenty of more. I could always get it more.
You want someone who, and then you want them to not be a drug addict. If they're and then the third thing was what? Values time, not addictive. Creative. And you want someone who's creative. Yes, you want someone who's creative. And because creative people are often they know how they'll be happy people and healthy people, because that is their medication. They're medicating. They're creating. And from there, you'll see also when they'll probably end up being really hard workers, because people who value their time will be creative and hardworking, and then it gives them a great earning potential. So there you go. There's 3 things. Don't worry about this other shit, like what line he uses on you. We're fucking dudes. We're retards. We know you're pretty, and can I touch your boobs? The fuck does he use the same line on you? If he tells you the same stuff he tells the other girls, nah. Fucking
yeah, that's pretty bad. You know what she knows, what she's there for, and you know what she's there for, and the only person she's fooling is herself with, like, you know, trying to avoid the lines of every. No. We know what you're here for. It's
so
a short time, a good time, but a short time.
I think we can do 2 more. I think we can do okay. 350. Believing. Just find a guy who's actually nice to you too, and not a guy who does everything you want. Because you want to be careful you don't get a beta guy, but you want a guy who's nice.
Beta guy.
You do not want a beta guy. They're super cool and nice, but after 2 years, you will want to vomit. Okay, action.
Players don't believe that they can beat Rafa and Novak at all. Some others think they cannot beat them in a Grand Slam. So what is impossible to envision is impossible to do. It's as simple as that. And the champions are able to not foresee any limits within themselves. That's the big difference. And I always tell this story that when Roger and Rafa were dominating the men's tour outrageously, I had discussion with most of the top 10s, and they were saying to me that it was impossible to win a slam in their mind. And a young guy, 19 years old, suddenly came out and said publicly, I'm going to beat them. And this guy was Novak Djokovic. In the tennis world, said what a shame, how this guy can be so cocky and things like this. It's not cockiness, it's confidence. And he happened to do it. Not because he said it, but because he deeply believed it. A lot of players don't.
I like that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That guy's supposed to come on the podcast. We let that fall through the cracks. I think that was my fault.
Hey, and by the way, that same belief definitely goes with people and like money and stuff. I mean, do you hear it all the time? Like, I've heard somebody. Well, I was talking to a bunch of my neighbors recently. We all went outside to witness a crash, but they were over there talking. One of them goes, "Oh yeah, I'm getting this new job with Bart." As people are kind of like, "Oh, what do you do? What do you do?" He goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "I heard that one of their operators can make up to $200K a year." And the other guy goes, "Damn, I wish I could make that much at my job." And the guy goes, "I wouldn't even know what to do with that much money." And I'm sitting there thinking, like, 200 grand a year, motherfucker. I want to make that in a month.
Yeah, and just so people know, in Livermore, California, 200 grand ain't nothing. Like, you're in, like,
what would you do with all that money? Your mind is so fucking small. All you're thinking about is the shit you can consume. You're not expanding your mind. You're not understanding that you just bought back years of your life. People have to understand that money is just your time already purchased by the system in which we live. When you're fucking born, your debt already starts. Your parents are picking it up. But then the second you're 18, go get a job. Why? Because you have to pay your way into society. You are buying your time. Everybody is buying your time.
Explain that to me again. I got it for a second. I really like that. Explain that to me again.
The second you're born, you're already owed. You're owing money. You're owing money to the system. You need to pay for a roof over your head. You need to pay for groceries. You need to pay for everything. So you're already indebted to society, right? And one thing that the rich understand is they're not going to trade their time for money, because there's a really big cap on that earning potential. It doesn't matter. You won't, even if you were like making a higher income for average and you're making, let's say, $85,000 a year, right? How many years would it take if you didn't have to spend any of that to save up to get 5 years of your life back?
Oh, man.
You understand?
Man.
So once people start to switch gears and they say, wait a minute, money isn't to consume things, but money is to buy my time back.
Yeah.
You could reframe the whole entire thing. And the first step is to really understand that trading your time for money is the most inefficient way to create an income.
But it's important to do it at least some point in your life.
You have to do it at some point in your life. But the thing is to be able to evolve outside. Why do you think that the school systems, and especially college, nobody teaches what money is? What is money? And how is it changing over the years? And why is it that right when I'm born, I'm indebted? You can't get out of that. And Congress is putting more debt on our future. And most people think it's money to consume things. I need this, I need that. And they stay in the scarcity mindset forever with money, never really truly understanding what it does or owning an asset and how that does. And then so all the people that are owning stuff, the haves, just keep dividing further and further away because they actually fucking understand what money and its relation to time is. And the only differentiator on your earning potential is the fucking decisions you make. We all have the same amount of time. And at this point in 2023, we all have a huge abundance to access to information and distribution of that information. So now we have more tools at our disposal, but still most people won't understand. They'll still go to work for something to be paid for their time.
You know, it's funny you said that Tommy G was talking about some shit like this. Like basically like, hey, here, dude, there's an actual road to becoming rich. You could just get on it and go.
Yeah, and the first key is just understanding how that money works and understanding how debt works and how you're already indebted and how you get yourself out of it.
Sevan should be on online education, be valued as much as in-person education. I don't know what that means. Not going to let Paper Street employees listen to this. Yeah, take this one off.
That's why the school systems don't want it, man. You got to be a good slave. You got to go to school, go to college so you could get a good job.
That guy, speaking of time, Patrick Montague, the guy you just heard or whatever his name is, that's Serena Williams' coach. He charges $5,000 an hour if you want to pick up a private lesson from him. To any coaches out there, by now I think it's too late. But to any coaches out there who've never worked with CrossFitters, you'd be completely fucking blown away. It doesn't matter what you teach, but if like you walked like if you're a parkour instructor and you had to teach just like 30, 40-year-olds some basics about parkour, you'd be like, holy shit, this is hard. But if you had 30 if you had 40-year-olds who were CrossFitters, you'd be like, holy shit. And I remember this from the early days because we would have gymnastics experts come in and teach like a group of us some gymnastic stuff, and it would be like 20 CrossFitters there, and they would be like, holy shit, we cannot believe we're around people who are this capable and how easy and how quickly CrossFitters learn. That being said, that's how I feel about my kids. Like, part of me is like, that guy Montague would be lucky to fucking have someone like my kids. Like, I feel like even as much as I love all my instructors that teach my kids, I also know in my head, man, those instructors are so lucky that they get to be around my kids. It's crazy.
That's a good belief to hold because you understand their worth and their value, right? And everybody should hold themselves at a high worth and a high value.
It's fucking nuts. Anyone who crosses paths with them is so lucky. Oh, by the way, will you pull up my Instagram? I don't know if it's Three Plain Brothers or mine. Jeremy E. World, Souza fires me up. I know, he fires me up too.
You know it's true being around your boys. You're absolutely true in everything you say. Like with them, like having been around them as much as I am. Like I like gravitate. Like half of the time I'm coming to your house, probably more. I'm like excited that I get to see them.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when they're having to do their schoolwork or other stuff, and it's like quiet time, I'm kind of like, oh man, I didn't get around that.
Hurry up! I'm here to play you.
Yeah, I'm like, finish you guys' shit. Let's go wrestle.
Okay, play that clip where it shows Avi jumping out of a bull. So there's two things here. I want to show off like how amazing this is. This is about a 12-foot wall with like about, I don't know, 2 feet of vert, and it's got a pool coping on it. So that board's hanging way off. This is crazy. I can't remember ever seeing anyone at the skate park do this. But I've been going to the skate park for 3 years.
And before you even go into people that will watch this, you have no fucking idea what it's like to stand on the edge like he's doing with his board over and look down, because you could just see this and you could see the height of it just by the instructor down at the bottom of the coping there.
He's 6 feet tall. Yeah, he's 6 feet tall.
And it's crazy. This is crazy.
So we've been going to skate park for almost 3 years. Okay, action.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
And like I don't even know how he knows what the exit strategy is, but he know, like I see him do this. I'm like, where's he gonna go? And then he just jumps out. I'm like, God, you're such a little stud.
Yeah.
And And so while I'm down, so I go down into the bowl and I have a broom and a blower because I always do because it's wintertime and there's just shit in the bowls.
Yeah.
And I'm down there and I heard some guy was on a BMX bike at the top of the bowl and he goes to the skate instructor. I heard him go, "Is that Sevan?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I look up and I go, "Hey, what's up?" And the guy goes, "Hey, I recognize your voice. I listen to your podcast." And I was like, I haven't had like a sighting out in the wild in like 6 months. It made me feel cool again.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was pretty.
That is
It was a good day. My ego and it was just blowing up down there. My kids tearing it up. Someone that recognized my voice.
I know you only have a couple more minutes, so I don't want to get into it. But did you look at the notes that I sent you for the AI discussion?
This quickly.
I tried to write it how you write your notes, so it felt at home when you looked through them. So
Hey.
take a moment and look through them later.
Hey, I was thinking we should do a segment on the show where we. It was just because it wasn't your fault. It was just I was just in a hurry. I was just like flying through them. We should do a show where we pull up that AI website and ask it questions, so people who don't know it exists will be like, "Holy shit!"
I put down a little like information in there, and the other things that spin off of that information and those links. I was excited. I only wanted you to just glance at it because if you notice, it has a couple points of information and then it breaks with a couple open-ended questions, kind of leaving it open for us to discuss. They just kind of like to lead the conversation. But I don't want you to look at those links until we're live because I don't know how far down the AI rabbit hole you've gone yet. And I want to see you react to these things that we're going to show you like live if you haven't already seen it.
Okay, I haven't seen much. I just went to that. I just got an account at that one place where you ask it questions.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think we're done. Do you want to watch? I really okay. I'll finish with this. Let's do the 348 breaking shit. I already showed this once. I really want to do a Instagram account. If I don't know how I'm gonna do this with my life, but I really want to curate just people breaking shit.
Oh shit!
I just am fascinated by this whole idea of. I hope this lady's okay. By the way, I didn't say that in the last show. I really don't want her to be hurt. But this is just truly incredible. This is a DoorDash, I guess, employee who's delivering food. And we looked at this yesterday, but it's just worth looking at again. Okay, action. Here we go. She's struggling to get up the stairs. Oh, there's audio. I didn't realize there was audio yesterday. So I can't tell how big this lady is, but she's struggling to get up the stairs. She's got a mask on. And then so I think what happens is she pushes on the railing and it takes her off her midline about a half inch and she drops to one knee. And when she drops to one knee, she can't hold herself and her shoulder hits the railing and just blast. Oh, great stop, Caleb.
Oh,
I didn't no idea that happened. The entire vertical boards come off the horizontal board on the bottom. How can that be?
In her defense, that looks like a really shitty railing.
It does, yeah.
How can that be? How did that? But just imagine if I came up those stairs, I would never consider touching that railing.
Never.
My eyes would be on the prize. I'd be looking at the door. And if anything,
I've built some of those before, and they're like, you just use framing nails, and it's not. They're like the smallest nails, and if you just get any amount of time,
hi, babe,
over them, they just fall away.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the trailer park handrails.
Hi. How much longer do I have to go?
I have to leave in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Bye.
Do we have? Okay, bye. Should have asked her if we had time to have sex. She said she's leaving in 2 minutes.
Yeah, twice. You got enough time for 2 rounds.
Maybe 4 times if you're lucky.
So Caleb, what were you saying? There's little tiny finishing nails holding that bottom on?
That just those uprights, those upright pieces of wood are just held together by framing nails. Like it's basically nothing. It's like taking a staple and putting it into wood and saying it's going to hold it.
So it's a faux. It's not even real railing. It's faux railing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, play a little more. That's incredible. I never saw it come up like that. Okay, so she's already okay. Wow, great. Oh, okay, so she's still holding the food. Oh no. Okay, so it rotates her because she doesn't even have the reflexes to let go of the railing, and it rotates her. Now watch her legs there at the end, the way they just kind of like just like come off it. Like they're not even attached to her. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like
Oh, I feel bad laughing, but it's
I do not.
Fuck. I like.
Hey, is it already bending, or does it look like the
No,
fence
right
is
here,
already-
right here. As soon as she goes, okay, she puts that foot up. That hand's gonna come over the other side of that pole. Boom. Biggest mistake. Cause look at the tilt. Look how far she's leaned over it. So that's like it's about getting ready to take full body weight.
Oh, wow. Oh,
And the second
man.
it gives, she comes leaning over. So it's not like a loss in midline. It was like her center of she had no center of gravity there. It was like she was already tilted off to the side. And the second that rail gave away, she just rotated right into it. And
by the way, that's a great example why you don't put shoes on kids. That's what it's like putting. That's what a kid feels like learning how to walk, because they just can't figure out where their center of gravity is. And then on top of that, you put shoes on them.
You know what have made this video just a 10 out of 10? Is if that happened, because yesterday you said, wait, what happened to the food? Then you went, oh, wait, there it is. It made it. It'd be funny if the person who ordered that DoorDash just like opens it, like leans over, like grabs the food, and then just like slowly shuts the door.
Okay, guys, I'm going to try to come back on in 3.5 hours with Brian Friend. I'm not sure if it will happen or not, but I'm going to try. Love you guys. Great show. Susan, thank you. Mr. Beaver, thank you.
Thank you.
And bye-bye.